Today we are going to talk about polymorphism in Java programming language. What is polymorphism? It has come from biology actually. Polymorphism. So poly means a number of, morph means faces or shapes. So in programming language, how does it find its place is that there can be number of functions with the same name, and they will behave in different way depending upon the parameter list or the return type. So this will be more clear if we make a program and demonstrate. Let's have a program and Java in NetBeans and name it as, say, overload method. Now this word is very important, overload. As I just mentioned, that overload is very important because polymorphism is a concept and how we are going to achieve it. So the programming languages, they achieve it via function overloading or method overloading. In Java, the functions or procedures are called as methods. So let us first discuss in a brief way what is actually method overloading. So first thing is that overloaded method should always be in part of the same class. It has to be in the class or in subclass, but in the same class it has to have a same name but different parameters. I was saying this, that overloaded methods should always be in part of the same class with the same name but different parameters. Overloading can take place in the same class or in its subclass. So both ways it is possible, in same class and subclass. Then constructor in Java can also be overloaded. So polymorphism applies to constructor also. Overloaded methods must have different argument lists. This is very important because you will see I'll make two functions with similar structure and the compiler will suggest an error. Then the parameters may differ in their type or number or in both. You'll see that. That will be our example today. And they may have the same or different return types. Return types also consolidates or tells that the functions are following polymorphism, but they are behaving in a different manner. So this is compile time polymorphism, which we are going to take today. So we have a main class and we have to call those functions which we are going to make in a different Java class, and you see those names will be similar. There will be no difference. You'll be surprised, oh, similar name functions, how can we call? But this is the beauty of polymorphism. Let's go to project and you can go to source package. Wherever you have this this Java class, just over that package, right click, say new Java class. Name it as per your convenience. I will name it as poly overload. I'll just say next, and what I'm going to do is I will make a function called poly. This will be my name for polymorphism. And what I'm going to do is I'll just pass a variable int x. Only int x will be there, nothing else, and say it is of type void. And what I'm going to perform, just to demonstrate the concept, I'll just print this x and not do any processing. So this is how. Okay, this is one function. I'll just copy it down and you see what will be the error. This is very important, knowing the error if we have the similar type of structure and argument list and return type. So if I come here, it is saying method poly int is already defined in class poly overload. This is an error. This cannot be done. You cannot have two similar structured functions in a same class. So let's modify it somewhat. Say it as int y and print x and y instead of only x in this fashion. Okay, And let's change the return type. We have changed the argument list or the parameter which we are passing. We will change the return type also. Say it to be, again copy and paste this, and to get rid of the error we can say double, but the error will persist because this is matching. We have to change it. Just change the data type and compiler would not complain at all. So what we are going to do is we are going to return, say, because it is asking for the return, you have a double type return, we'll just return the square of x, say x into x. So now this class has been made. We have three functions which are named in a similar way. They are same, but they differ in the argument list or not in the return type. Let's go to our main function. We will make an object of this class we have made, poly overload. Poly overload obj is equal to new poly overload. Okay, this is how we make it, and just call first function, this function. Okay, let's call this function. So obj dot poly, I copy it, the name of the object dot poly. See, we have all these three available to us. I just pass one value, say to be 5, and I execute it. X equal to 5, no problem with that. And so let's do it for another one. Obj dot poly, and now take this value, say it as say 6 and 7 or 700, and run it, 6 and 700. And let's do it for the third one, because in third one we need a return type, so we have to give a return and take return in object.poly and pass certain value, say it to be 5.5 or 5.55, and just show it via system.out.println, and output is equal to result in this way, and execute the result, and you'll see that we have the output. So this was a short example of polymorphism. Polymorphism is again a way or a technique in which a same function, similar function with the same name, just varying with the input type or the return type, can be employed, and we can get the result like this. Thank you so much. Take care.